guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. I'm going to be doing something that I haven't done in a while, and that's showing you guys my new 2021 setup. Now I actually did this a couple other times, and I want to start making it a regular thing every year. At least do it once a year, unless something big changes in my entire setup. You know, the background isn't anything that beautiful to look at right now. We got like a hanger there and everything like that, but I'm looking to fix all that. You know, I'm making some changes here and there. So I just want to go ahead and show you guys my brand new setup 2021, some of the new different parts that I'm using. In case you guys want to check them out yourselves, you can, you know, maybe you'd want to upgrade something from your setup now. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the first thing, which is what I'm talking into right now, is my new microphone. So the microphone that I'm using right now is not the Blue Yeti X that I did a video on not that long ago. As much as I really enjoyed that microphone, the price of that thing was just way too much that I couldn't really afford it. So, you know, I was happy to do a video about it, and I was enjoying it for the time that I had it, but I needed something a little bit cheaper, but at least somewhat as good. Not really better, because that microphone, the Blue Yeti X, was about $180, no, $170. And originally I was going to get the Blue Yeti Nano, but instead I got the Blue Yeti X, and yeah, I ended up returning it though. Not that it was a bad microphone, it was a really great microphone, you know, it's just like I said, I'm trying to save some money now with a couple things. So I did some research and I came across a Linus Tech Tips video, and in the video he was talking about microphones that you can use for under $100. And the majority of the microphones that he was talking about were USB microphones, the plug and play type of microphones that you just plug into your computer, start recording. Then he ended up showing another microphone setup, an XLR setup. And I've heard about these types of setup, but I thought they would cost like hundreds and hundreds of dollars just to get like a really decent kind of setup. But the parts that he was showing when it came to the microphone and the audio mixer, I think that's what they're called, for him it came around to about $70, which was like $100 cheaper than the Blue Yeti X. And the quality of that microphone, when he was talking through it, it just sounded amazing. It was, I loved how clear and just how awesome it sounds. So that's pretty much what I ended up getting and what I'm using right now, except when he was talking about it in the video, he said you can always upgrade to a different microphone, which this is the one that I ended up getting. So I ended up going by his recommendation and upgrading the microphone that he was using in that video to the, let's see, the Shure Legendary Performance SM microphones. This particular model is the SM48LC Cardioid Dynamic microphone, and that is what I'm using right now. So I absolutely love the way this microphone sounds, super clear, and it's just awesome. It feels more professional, this whole setup, and I'm really enjoying it, to be honest. So this microphone cost me about $47. So I'm gonna go through how much this whole microphone setup cost altogether. So the microphone was $47. The microphone arm cost about $25. The reason why I got this one, so this microphone arm, the reason why I ended up getting this one is because of one awesome feature, and it's what I'm using right now, which is the phone mount that's attached right to the arm itself. So I don't have to have a separate like tripod sitting on my desk. Saves me a lot of space, and it's so much easier to use. It's so much more convenient just to pop in my phone onto the clip, and which is already attached to the microphone. Just have to bring the microphone over to me, just like turn it because it's on a swivel, and I could just start recording. I absolutely love it. I don't have to bust out a tripod, put it on the desk, and set my phone up, and then set up the microphone or anything like that. All I have to do is just turn the microphone to me, clip my phone on, and I'm done. So you are going to need to purchase a cable separately as well that goes from the microphone to the audio interface. Now, this audio interface ended up costing me about $45. You are going to need one of these if you plan on using an XLR setup with this kind of microphone. The good thing about this one is probably the cheapest one that you're going to find, and that could be a good thing and a bad thing. For me, it's a good thing because it saved me a lot of money. And for what I use it for, just to record simple audio. I'm not planning on recording greatest hits or anything like that. Just for simple talking for my videos. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. You just plug in your microphone to the cable, to the audio interface. Then you plug in the audio interface to your PC, and you're good to go. Once you start using this, the only knob that you have to worry about has 3 knobs on it. The only one that you have to worry about is the gain knob. The other 2 you don't really have to worry about unless you are planning on recording like a separate device, like playing a guitar or something like that. Then you would have to mess with the other 2 knobs. One is also for volume if you have a headset plugged in. So this entire setup for the audio recording ended up costing me about $100. It should have been a little bit cheaper, but I did end up upgrading the microphone to something a little bit better. So altogether, it did end up costing around $100. Plus the arm mount itself, I could have gotten something cheaper, but that could have saved me like $25. But I absolutely love this thing. It's perfect. Like I said before, just pop in my phone and I'm good to go. So that's it for audio upgrades. Now we can talk about peripherals. I'm pretty much using the exact same thing that I've always been using since my last video. The 60% size Royal Clutch keyboard. Absolutely love this keyboard. If I ever get the chance, I would love to upgrade to something more esports certified, I guess you could say. But I am using this keyboard through Bluetooth on my PC, and I have a USB-C cable just like hanging around on my desk. So before I go to sleep, I'll plug it in, it charges overnight, and I'm good for like 4 or 5 days, you know, and it lasts. So I absolutely love it. The mouse, I'm still using my glorious Model O mouse. This thing is probably the best mouse that I've ever owned. Alright, now let's talk about something that is a huge improvement to my setup. That is my glorious 49-inch Samsung ultra-wide monitor. Look at it. This thing is an absolute monster when you look at it. Like, it is... it's a content creator's dream monitor, pretty much. Like, I'm able to just have so many different programs open at once when I'm recording, live streaming, or if I'm simply just wanting to game and have freaking Disney Plus and running in the corner with WandaVision. You know, I have options here, and I only need one monitor. Now, this monitor, I didn't buy it brand new, but this monitor does cost pretty much the amount of buying like 2 separate monitors. But it's nice having everything just in one monitor, you know, just the whole thing right there in your face. You know, 120 hertz refresh rate, HDR, and the resolution is 5120 by 1440. Now I will say this, when it comes to gaming with this monitor, if the game supports this resolution to its fullest, the games look amazing. It's so immersive. It grabs your attention immediately. 3 games I could think of that already blew my mind was playing Gears 5 on this thing, Mafia Definitive Edition, Mafia 1, and Yakuza Kiwami 1 or 2. These games look amazing on this monitor. It's incredible how detailed and beautiful the games run. Now, you do need a serious beast of a computer to be able to run games maxed out on this thing. Luckily, I've been able to do that. I'll get to that in a sec. Not all games support this resolution, which, I mean, come on, you know, this isn't like the norm when it comes to gaming, you know, but it'd be nice if more developers did have this as an option in their games. Some games do it well. Some games will add black bars in this borderless view, so I can still enjoy the game as if I was playing like on a 27-inch monitor in front of me. Other games, not so great. Something like Control or The Outer Worlds do not perform very well. Gameplay, the games run great, but visually, for a game like Control, the whole thing is super stretched out, so it just looks ugly. You know, it's full screen, but it's really stretched out, and the only other way to play it is in windowed mode, and it's not the same. So I had to stop playing that game because I wasn't enjoying it, you know, playing like that. Also, for a game like The Outer Worlds, it would use up the full screen, but it will also be zoomed in, and I would change the field of view, max it out. Nothing would help with that game. So I ended up stop playing that game as well. It kind of sucks. But for the games that do support this monitor, it's mind-blowing. It looks fantastic. Now, in my last video, I already talked about like what I'm using for speakers. I have my Booga LED mouse pad. I already made a whole video about the Booga products and everything like that. The main ones that I would still recommend for anyone that wants to make a nice, setup, I would say get the RGB mouse pad, get the Booga speakers, because they sound really great for $10. They sound really, really great for $10. Just to add a little bit more RGB, get yourself that headphone stand as well. It has RGB all around it. It has 4 USB 2.0 ports. I mean, you can't really go wrong. For the prices, you cannot go wrong with those Booga products. Alright, now let's get to the main event, which is my new PC. This PC is a beast of a computer. Now, unlike the last PC that I owned, which I did a whole video on, I did not build this PC. This PC actually belonged to a family member that they were upgrading to something that's even more monstrous, and I ended up getting this off their hands for a really good price, along with the monitor as well. So I'll talk about a couple of the specs in this PC so you can get an idea of it. So this is a micro-sized PC. It has a Intel i9 9900K, which I remember when this processor first released. I remember going into Micro Center, looking at the box inside the glass case, and freaking drooling at it because I wanted that processor so bad. And I never thought I actually own one. I get we have like the 10th gen processors and 11th gens around the corner, and then you have the 5000 series AMD. But this processor is still a monster today. It's running stock right now. I did not overclock or anything like that. Maybe one day I'll overclock if I get a better cooler, bigger case and stuff like that. I do plan, not now, but down the line, probably in the summer or something like that, I do plan on getting a slightly bigger case, a mid-sized case. I love the micro-sized case, but I like to know that my computer has more air flowing in there, more room to breathe right now. So that's the processor. For RAM, this has 16 gigs of DDR4 running at 3200. Nothing too crazy. It has RGB, so that's always a nice touch. For storage, this has a 1 terabyte NVMe Samsung Plus, I believe. Not the Pro, but I think it was a 970 plus, but that's only about 1 terabyte. So that's like the only downside about it is the storage. I really need to get an extra NVMe in there. I would love like a 2 terabyte to throw in there NVMe. It would save me a hassle of like opening it up and installing an SSD, or if I really want to save money on mechanical and stuff. So I would love to get a 2 terabyte NVMe in there. Just an extra. Now for the graphics card. Now I've been wanting an RTX 30 series card. Either a 3070, a 3080 would be awesome. Or even a 3060 Ti. Well, no, not really that. I'd rather the 3070 to be honest. But what I'm using right now is a MSI RTX 2080 Ti with 11 gigs of video memory. It's the MSI Duke. Now this card, I remember when the family member that I bought this off of, was trying to buy this card. Man, just constant refreshing. This was before the 30 series, so constant refreshing just to get this card. And I never thought I would have any of this. I used to drool over this PC, and now that I have it, I'm like, dang, this thing really is a monster. Even today with a 2080 Ti. Now, the 20 Ti is not fully mine. I'm planning on paying for it little by little for the graphics card, unless a 3070 or a 3080 comes out of nowhere. Then I would want something up to date because I love new tech. So that's pretty much it. That's my whole setup. I will mention one last thing. What I'm using to record this video right now is the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. Not the Plus, not the Ultra, but the standard one. I was going to do a video and unboxing and everything like that because I got this phone 2 days before its official release date because I pre-ordered it and it came in 2 days early. I was going to do a video on it, but I didn't have any other device to record the unboxing with, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, that's what I'm using right now to record. I'm actually using portrait video mode, which is what's giving me this bokeh effect in the background, which I absolutely love. That I love having that more professional look, like that blurred effect. It makes it look much nicer. All right, it is 4:53 in the morning right now, so I'm gonna call it quits right now for the night. I'm probably gonna edit this video probably tomorrow. I'll just edit, yeah, because I probably should be getting some sleep right now. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Catch you all another time, another video. Take care.